Next, we have Pema Khando is here, from BA first year.
For me, first most inspiring things that I have is first motivated book I read, that is His Holiness book. How I read is one day the sort of question come in my mind that I would share for no one else. That is dealing with anger and emotion. So I got that book from library, and from that day I usually whenever a sort of question come in my mind, I used to go through His Holiness book. So that is the most greatest book I ever had. So next I'm going to share my personal experience and dealing with the emotion and angers. So that personal experience was based on my parents. That was back 2014 when I was in class 9, and I was also getting responsibility of school prefect as well. So one day I went to meet my father in home, and I saw my father was not feeling well, and his expressions feels me that he is hiding something and he is not talking with me. So that day, next, and when I go back, and again I felt to meet my father and talk. So that way back to my home, I met two persons. For first, well known of my father. She said that, Pema, be brave and don't worry. So I think that why she is talking like that. Other thought that my father is not feeling well, that why she is talking like that. So I say it's okay, and I went back to my home. And again, when I was knocking the door, I met an old woman who is neighbor of us, and she said that, is your mother died? Are you her daughter? So my father didn't told me about that, and my mom urgently met me 1 week ago, and she went at Goa for some personal business. And that moment, a sort of question come in my mind: is my mom is okay, and is it really true what she is talking? So when my father opened the door, I start asking him that, what happened to my mom? Is she okay? So my father's first reaction was he cried and drove back for the wall and didn't say anything. So that moment I hugged him and cried. That usually we do, and we can't control our emotion. So that time I decide that no more crying. I handle my father and take him in home, and I say, give me few minutes to think. And I went in my room, looking to the mirror, that I reflect my mom in me. If I had emphasized that if my mom is front me, is she really want me to cry? And say back instead, no, she really don't want. She wants me and want to say that, take care of father, be brave and move on what you are living. That's what I had learned. And my mother, the day I spent with her, she always used to say how to take care of my father. And then as advices, that love I got from my mother, that had motivated. And I controlled my emotion and decided that I will be a brave girl of my mom. And no more crying, no more sadness. That is all law of nature. We have to accept that. So that was my personal experience. And that day, what I learned is, we never know when we die. There is no reason to cry and get sad. For those who passed away, it's better you remember their advice. Use them as a weapon to be successful and leave your present meaningful. What I learned. So living your present is the best way to move on for future and draw back that past moment you had. So that is the most inspired thing which I had learned from that situation and most of reading His Holiness book. So, lastly, I want to share from my side, living present with and not with a sense of positivity. So living present with positive thought can make you strong rather than feeling pain that you had did nothing. And next, respect the time you have, respect the day you have, respect the people that you have now, rather than regrets that you had done something wrong at past. That's not a big deal. You can improve now. So better not to regret. So high expectations to learn something new, to make more friends, rather than egoistic sense of ego that I'm done, I'm perfect, no one is better than me. Not that. And next, strengthen your power, strengthen your talent that you have. Don't look back at what people will say. You just have to move on and strengthen your mental set. That rather than stressed that what will be future, what will happen at past, it's not a big deal. You have to strengthen and see that will make difference. And energy is the best thing that you get in present. From that, you can, rather than ending of hope, that you have the time now, rather than thinking that I have no more hope for now and for future. You can do more than before. So next, naturalness. So we humans have different talent that is our natural. So don't make it like show off. You have to think. Naturalness is in you. So you have to think and you have to search from yourself rather than thinking negativity, what people will talk about you and what they have said is their view. You have to think and you have to know yourself. That is the best way living in present. So lastly, truth. Truth is we never know when we die. That is law of nature. If there isn't problem, there isn't solution. So rather than don't think that torment is suffering. If we think that way of pain, regrets, egoistic, stress, end of hope and negativity, then that will increase the suffering. Rather than, if you accept that truth, you will deal with any situation. So lastly, His Holiness said that there are only 2 days in the year that nothing can be done. One is called yesterday and the other is called tomorrow. Today is the right day to love, believe, do and must live. Thank you.